Matthew 12 verse 34, "For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks," is one of the most well-known and quoted biblical passages when it comes to the relationship between words and emotions. This statement is found in the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 34, and it suggests that the words that come out of someone's mouth are a direct reflection of what that person is feeling or thinking in their heart. This biblical quote leads us to reflect on the importance of words and how they can have a significant impact on our lives and the lives of those around us. Often, we speak without thinking about the consequences of our words, but if we truly believe that the mouth speaks what the heart is full of, then it is important that we carefully consider what we are saying and why we are saying it. By speaking without thinking, we can cause deep emotional wounds to others, even if we do not intend to do so. For example, we may say negative things about someone in a moment of anger, without realizing how much it can hurt that person. Words can cut deeper than a sharp blade, and emotional wounds can take a long time to heal. In addition, the way we speak can directly reflect our emotions and thoughts. If we are full of love and compassion, then it is likely that our words will be loving and compassionate. But if we are full of anger, resentment, or jealousy, then it is likely that our words will be negative and harmful. If we want to be positive and uplifting people, it is important that we pay attention to what we are putting in our hearts and how we are expressing it in our words. Controlling our tongue is an essential skill in all areas of life. This includes our personal and professional interactions, and even our interactions on social media. If we want to be positive and influential people, it is essential that we learn to speak with wisdom and discernment. The Bible teaches us that we should be quick to listen and slow to speak. This means that we should listen carefully before responding, and that we should be very careful with our words. This does not mean that we should be passive or not speak our minds, but rather that we should speak with love, kindness, and respect. Therefore, the biblical quote, "For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks," is an important reminder that our words can have a profound and lasting impact on the people around us. If we want to be positive and influential people, it is important that we learn to speak with wisdom, discernment, and love. By doing so, we can transform our words into a source of strength and inspiration for those around us. Furthermore, it is important to remember that our words also have an impact on ourselves. When we speak positive and encouraging words, we are feeding our own hearts and minds with positive thoughts. This can help us overcome difficult moments and have a more positive perspective on life. On the other hand, when we speak negative and critical words, we are feeding our own hearts and minds with negative thoughts. This can lead us to feel more stress, anxiety, and frustration in our lives. It is important to remember that speaking with wisdom and discernment does not mean that we should avoid discussing problems or disagreeing with others. On the contrary, it is important that we are able to express our opinions and points of view in a clear and respectful manner. However, this should be done with love and compassion, and not with judgment and criticism. When we speak with love and compassion, we are able to build bridges and connect with people in a meaningful way. This can help us create stronger and healthier relationships, both personally and professionally. Finally, the biblical quote, "For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks," comes from a passage where Jesus is speaking to the Pharisees, who accused him of casting out demons by the power of Beelzebub, the prince of demons. In response, Jesus rebukes them and says, "You brood of vipers, how can you who are evil say anything good? For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of." Matthew 12 verse 34. This quote teaches us that our words reflect what is in our hearts. If we have negative thoughts and feelings in our hearts, it is likely that our words will reflect that. On the other hand, if we have positive thoughts and feelings in our hearts, it is more likely that our words will be positive and encouraging. So, how can we apply this teaching in our lives? Here are some suggestions. 1. Take care with what you say. Before speaking, it's important to carefully consider what you're going to say and how it may affect others. If you're feeling upset or angry, it may be best to wait until you calm down before speaking. Remember that your words can have a lasting impact on those around you, so choose your words wisely. Before moving on to the suggestions, help us spread the word of God to more people. Subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Without wasting time, the next suggestion is to pay attention to what you hear. Just as our words reflect what's in our hearts, the words of others can also affect us. Pay attention to what the people around you are saying and how it makes you feel. If you notice that you're feeling negative or discouraged after a conversation, consider limiting your exposure to those people or finding ways to protect yourself emotionally. 3. Cultivate a positive heart. Instead of focusing on the negative, try to cultivate positive thoughts and feelings in your heart. Practice gratitude and kindness towards others, and seek out the things that make you happy and bring joy to your life. By cultivating a positive heart, you're more likely to speak positive and encouraging words. Learn to communicate effectively. Communicating effectively doesn't mean avoiding conflicts or disagreements. Instead, it means learning to express your thoughts and feelings in a clear and respectful manner. By doing so, you can avoid misunderstandings and help build stronger and healthier relationships. If we want to be positive and influential people, it's important to learn to speak with wisdom, discernment, and love. By doing so, we can turn our words into a source of strength and inspiration for those around us. And, more importantly, we can cultivate a life filled with love, joy, and peace in our own hearts and minds. Comment below if you're putting any of these suggestions into practice.